Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Well, wrap-up day. We're going to wrap up the month of April of 2025 and see how I went. I'll rank my pens, I'll rank the inks, and as I'm doing that, I'll just give you some quick thoughts on them. So join me now, down on the table, and let's jump on in. Welcome down to the table. So, bit of an experiment today. This is my first time recording with my brand new audio setup, so going to be interesting to see how well this goes. Let's start though by looking at the theme of today's video. This is my pens in use wrap up for April of 2025, my US month. So I started the month with a Crossbearly Light, the Narwhal Schuylkill, the Monteverde Ritma, the Retro 51 Tornado, the Conklin All-American, and the Narwhal 365. How did we go? How did I rank these? We'll jump on in with a pen that comes in at position number 6. This is from Cross. It's the Crossbearly Light. It's not really an inspiring look, is it? It's like a dull grey, not even an interesting shade of grey, it's just there. It's a fairly thin pen, and that's one thing I keep forgetting that the cap pulls off. It's fairly thin. Not too uncomfortable, but not exactly how I would like it. But saying that, this is the second fill. So I started off with Colorverse Eclipse Silence. Then I changed it partway through the month for Pure Pens St. George's Cross. It writes every time. It's got a really interesting nib. There's a slight downturn there on the nib. So it's not a problem with it not writing. It's just, compared to the others, it's not overly exciting. So I'm going to fetch that in at position number 6. Let's move that up, then we get this top one off and hopefully see most of the others. At position number 5, I'm giving that to the Retro 51 Tornado. It's another one, nothing wrong with the pen. It looks not too bad. Again, it's not an inspiring look. You know, it's copper, a little bit of fancy detail here, but nothing really jumps out at you. We unscrew this time. We've got a number 6 nib on there. And we've got this section. The reason why I'm marking it down, this section, a bit on the thin side for me. But that's just a personal thing. I do like quite larger sections. It's another cartridge converter. There we go. And this is, I think it was the third fill. With it being a stub nib, it does go through the ink fairly quickly. I like the look of it. I say, not inspiring again, very similar to that Crossbearly Light. It's nice, it's okay, but nothing I'll write home about. The other issue I've got with it, I should have shown you that, is, I don't know if you can see here, the converter is constantly coming loose. So every few sentences I have to undo it, push it back down, because otherwise it does come out and the ink stops flowing. But other than that, yeah, it's all right. All of these are nice. This is half of the problem I've got. All the pens I pick, I really enjoy them. But we're ranking, so we're going to rank this at position number 5. At position number 4, we're going for the Narwhal Schuylkill. Nothing wrong with it. A really nice pen. I quite like this Paw Peter Navy. It looks quite nice, doesn't it? Just turning it around there with all these different colours. It's a piston filling pen. We do have an ink window. The ink window to me could do with being a little bit wider, but that's a very personal decision. The section, again, I know I'm rattling on about this. The section to me, it feels a bit on the thin side. One of the reasons why I mark it down. And here, we've got that Narwhal nib. The nib writes really well. Had no issues with flow. Because it's a piston filler, it holds a lot of ink, so not had to refill it. It's just an enjoyable pen to write with. Like all the others, I'm going to keep saying this time and time again. Any one of these could have come in at number 1. They're all very nice. It's just I'm having to rank, so I'm having to be very, I think petty is the best way to put it. I'm really having to be picky about where I put them. But I'm putting this one in at position number 4. Which leaves us with 3 pens. The Monteverde Ritma, the Conklin All-American, and the Narwhal 365. At position number 3, starting to have to really think on these now. But position 3, I've given to the Conklin All-American. This is the White Courage. Again, absolutely nothing wrong with the pen. It's nice. It's a good fit in the hand. So this one, we've got a nice wider section, a nicely shaped section as well. My hand fits really, really well. Here, you can see there we've got that black nib. Cartridge converter, it's another one. This is my second fill. I've used all these pens so much this month. They've all really wanted me to write with them. It's a nice fit in the hand. Why is it at position number 3? I've got to be honest, I've got no real reason for it other than I prefer the ones at position 2 and 1. So I had to rank. So I'm going to put this at position number 3. Position 2, that goes to the Monteverde Ritma. Metal pen, quite a heavy pen. You can really feel this in your hand. Another cartridge converter. Another one I've filled up a couple of times during the month. There we go. And it's nearly out of ink again. As I said, I've used all these pens so much because I've really enjoyed them all. Got another black nib there. So Yoho nib, same nib as the Conklin. I believe Monteverde and Conklin are actually owned by the same parent company. It's a good weight in the hand. I like it because it's got that little bit of weight. The section, really nice and wide, quite comfortable. Only possible downside you can say with the section, it is a little bit on the slippy side with being made from metal, but for me, yeah, it's fine. The cap just slips on. It's got a little magnetic fixture, so that does help hold it in place. And you can post it by popping it on the other end, and again, the magnetic fixture in there kicks in. Quite an enjoyable pen. And this comes in at position number 2. So position 1. We don't really have much of a choice, do we, left? It's the Nahvalur 365. I've already cleaned this out because it was emptied a while ago. One issue I had at the start of the month was with here where the piston knob came in. It wasn't quite meeting when it was screwed down. What I've done is once I cleaned it out, I've actually spent a little bit of time and I've repaired this. So I've got a tool, so I just tightened it all up. Now that looks not too bad. Again, with the ink window, could do with being a little bit wider. And the nib there, I've actually swapped the nib. It's a number 6 nib. This is a Goulet broad nib made by Yoho. Nice fit in the hand. One of the key reasons for giving this position number 1 though, it's such a pretty pen. Just look at that as I turn it around there. Really nice to look at. So ranking wise, we come in now at position number 1. What we'll do now though is we'll rank the inks. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. With ranking the inks, all I'm doing is looking at the ink I started the month with. Not going to go into too much detail about all of these. So the first one, position number 6, I gave to the Colorverse Eclipse Silence. Reason I did that, nothing wrong with it. It's just I'm not overly into black and dark grey inks. And that's what this seemed to me. Now, yes, depending on the light, I did get a little bit of sheen in it, but it didn't overly excite me. Position number 5, that I gave to the Diamine Walnut. Again, nothing wrong with the ink. It's a nice writing ink. It's a nice brown, but it's just like a standard brown. There's no character. I like character in my inks, and this just didn't have that for me. But it was nice. You know, it shows up really well. Let's move this up. Then we've got the bottom floor there. Bottom floor, the bottom 4. At position number 4, I decided to give that to the Retro 51 Tornado with that Diamine Raspberry Rose. Nice ink. Nice colour. It's an unusual colour. That's one of the reasons why I like it. It's like a purpley, but tending a little more towards like a pinky purple. It's enjoyable. I've enjoyed using it. It does look nice in this pen. Just no character, no shading, anything like that. Position number 3. Here I gave it to the Diamine Grotto. Reason for this is this Grotto should be an extreme sheen ink, but what I was finding is that most papers, I wasn't seeing much of that extreme sheen. I was seeing it on the really nice papers, but other papers, not much coming through. Like here, there's very little of that sheen. There's a bit, so you can see there's gold there, but it's not shining like it does on some of the other papers. So this came in at position number 3. Position 2, I've decided to give to the Colorverse Pulsar Pulse. Nice blue ink with a nice red sheen. Hopefully, did we get to see that? There we go. You can see there, hopefully, that red sheen coming through. Enjoyable, nice ink, nice looking. I like the blue. It's not what I normally associate with a blue with a red sheen, so it's nice. It's heading towards a turquoise colour, but quite enjoyable. But the ink that came in at position number 1, that was the Diamine Black Ivy in that Monteverde Ritma. Why did this come in at position number 1? It's a very dark green ink. I like my green inks, but I like the fact it's dark, so I could use this where I would normally use a black ink. The other thing it's got, you can hopefully see it on here, is it's got a nice red sheen to it as well, which really adds, it just adds that character. And you may have already picked up, I like to have some character in my inks. So they're my ranking for the month of April of 2025. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. So what do you think of my ranking? How would you rank them? Would you rank them differently? Please drop your comments down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Please hit that thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.